Now the first in a series of reports on income politics. Unemployment is perhaps the most important measure of economic health. We'll get the December numbers Friday. But it may surprise you to know there are a lot more jobs out there than there are qualified people to fill them. Correspondent Molly Henneberg looks tonight at the sometimes fuzzy math of the job market.
For Americans trying to get into or back into the job market, there seems to be a disconnect in the numbers. The last time we got unemployment numbers for November, there were 10.9 million Americans out of work. But there were also about 4 million unfilled private and government jobs the last time those numbers came out in October, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Why so many unfilled jobs? Part of the problem, some analysts say, is geography.
So you can have a whole bunch of unemployed people in, say, Nevada, a state with a very high unemployment rate, but the jobs may not be in Nevada. The jobs may be in somewhere like, say Massachusetts or D.C., where we have a relatively low unemployment rate.
In addition, there can be intense competition for the jobs that are available.
Right now, there are nearly 3 unemployed workers for every job opening.
But mostly, as Congress debates extending unemployment insurance again, experts say the problem is a weak economy.
Businesses are recruiting much less intensely than before, in part because they're uncertain about where the economy is going. They don't want to commit to hiring a full-time worker if their sales are not going to hold up, if hiring that worker is not going to be a good investment for the company.
But Shirk also says even if President Obama, who decided a year ago to allow his Jobs Council to expire, were presiding over a healthy economy, there still would be millions of unfilled jobs each month.
Because some businesses are going out of business, new businesses are starting up and hiring new workers. Existing businesses will be expanding. And as a result, you'll have many job vacancies created. And those vacancies take time to fill.
New numbers on job openings come out next week. But for now, the South has the most unfilled jobs in the U.S. But the Midwest is showing the greatest increase in job vacancies. Brett?
Molly, thank you. Stocks were up today. The Dow gained 106. The S&P 500 finished ahead 11. The Nasdaq increased 39.5. Coming up shortly, the state of American business from U.S. Chamber of Commerce President Tom Donahue. If you have some questions for him, let me know at facebook.com/BrettBairSR or on Twitter @BrettBair. You can use the hashtag Special Report. President Obama will meet with congressional bosses Thursday to talk about surveillance reform. Tomorrow, he has sessions with the leaders of the intelligence community and with members of his Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board. A U.S. defense official has confirmed to the Associated Press that 4 Air Force crew members were killed in a helicopter crash today in England. The U.S. military says the HH-60G Pavehawk was on a low-level training mission. The chopper was assigned to the 48th Fighter Wing out of RAF Lakenheath. The U.S. is in the grip of a deep freeze, unlike really anything seen in decades. Frigid temperatures and dangerously cold wind chills are breaking records all over the eastern half of the country and affecting nearly 200 million people. Senior correspondent Rick Leventhal has the latest tonight from a chilly New Jersey.
Is your face hurt at all? I mean, any part of your...
My fingers is numb. Pretty much everything else is all right. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm not adjust for it.
Sanitation workers on the job in northern New Jersey, despite a feels-like temperature of -14 degrees.
As long as the truck keep moving, we okay. Y'all standing still? Don't do this at home.
Much of the nation's midsection is near or below zero, including Chicago, no stranger to deep freezes. Residents bundling up and braving the elements, but conditions are treacherous.
Whoa! Were we rolling on that?
The big chill extends to Georgia, colder than Alaska today, and North Carolina, where fountains froze and schools were delayed. New York City set a record low for the date, but was far warmer than North Dakota, where pipes froze along with almost everything else. Power companies across the Midwest, Northeast, and Mid-Atlantic encouraging customers to cut back on usage, but thousands of people are still dealing with outages, and there are widespread transportation troubles, with frozen tracks delaying trains and thousands of flights delayed or canceled. Fox forecaster Janice Dean says warmer weather is on the way.
There's your wind chill advisories. They have lessened since yesterday, which is good news, just to show you that we are into a little bit of a warm-up. And just to show you the maps here, going into Wednesday and Thursday, look at that. No sub-zero temperatures for anybody.
Back in New Jersey, home fuel deliveries are in high demand. Steve Ballant says he's barely stopped filling tanks since last week.
We have no choice. We have to work hard, keep our customers warm. It's extreme conditions. We have a lot of senior citizens, so they have to stay out here. Summertime, it's a good job. Right now, not such a great job.
Steve says on days like this, his truck is his sanctuary where he can thaw out between deliveries, and we can relate to that. It remains bitter cold in Carteret tonight. Temperature around 10 degrees, wind chill -7. It will be a balmy 26 tomorrow, and as you heard, it could hit the 50s by this weekend, so people just need to find a way to stay warm until then. Brett?
That's shorts weather, essentially. All right, Rick, thank you. Up next, just who are the Little Sisters of the Poor? But first, here's what some of our Fox affiliates across the country are covering tonight. Fox 13 in Tampa with the wrong score on Florida State's national championship T-shirts. Last night, the Seminoles beat Auburn 34-31, but the shirts have the Auburn Tigers winning. Speaking of football, Fox 11 in Los Angeles reports you may have to do without Velveeta for your Super Bowl party. Kraft Foods says there may be a shortage for the next few weeks. And this is a live look at Detroit from our Fox affiliate there, WJBK. The big story there tonight is what Rick was just talking about, of course, the incredibly cold conditions. Wind chills there could go as low as 40 below in the Motor City. That's tonight's live look outside the Beltway from Special Report. We'll be right back.